Guys, we think we found a finger, like, in this hole.
Ew.
Arsenic peroxide is a young woman on TikTok who, along with her sister, made a rather strange discovery while they were in Gloucester, walking around near their home. As you saw in the opening moments of this compilation, the two of them appeared to find what looked like a human finger lodged in a crack in the grass near the property. Curious and slightly unsettled by what they had found, they tried to figure out exactly what it was. Their surprise only grew once the truth came out, a truth she later explained in another video posted on her TikTok channel. Let's watch her explanation together, and then revisit the original clip.
So my sister and I were taking a walk around this vacation property, and she noticed it first. She was like, girl, I think there's a finger buried here. So I look at it and I was like, 100% that's a finger. So we ran inside and we were like, guys, there's a finger in the yard. And my cousin comes out and he looks at it and he agrees with us. But then he's like, actually, I don't think that's what that is. So that's when he gets a stick and he starts poking at it, trying to tell us what he thinks it is. And we're not convinced. But anyways, he eventually unburies it, and the next video is the reveal of the finger.
Man, I still don't want to touch it. I think it's like that's like the center bit of wood. And
Oh, you're
that's some
right. You're
bark
right.
on
It's
top
definitely.
I hope
It's
you're
definitely a
hungry.
root.
For nothing.
Of it. Yeah.
Well,
Ew.
it looked like a finger in there.
I had.
Just a root that looks a lot like an actual human finger. Case closed. No true crime documentary coming this way. Sorry, guys.
I figured we'd start this evening with something a little lighter, which is exactly why I chose this clip. When it first showed up on my feed, I was 100% convinced that was a human finger. Especially when you're constantly exposed to this kind of content and you see all sorts of strange things on a regular basis. So after watching it, I immediately went looking for an explanation, trying to figure out what I had just seen. That's how I found the follow-up video where she explains everything, and I decided to include only that one, since it pretty much covers all you need to know. But don't tell me that at first you didn't think it was a real finger too, because I wouldn't believe you. With that being said, let's move on. We've got some interesting and varied moments to look at tonight. I found the next clip on TikTok as well. It's short and honestly pretty strange. I'm not sure whether it's staged or something along those lines, but it immediately caught my attention the moment I saw it. Take a look. From the very first seconds, the clip feels strange. The way that thing is hanging onto the window, almost like it's levitating, is unsettling on its own. Then when it drops down, it looks almost humanoid, if I can put it that way. With long limbs that allow it to run on all fours, almost like an animal. I can't say with certainty that it isn't AI generated. The length of the clip, 11.7 seconds, isn't a standard duration you usually see from AI outputs, although it could obviously have been trimmed. Still, the way the camera moves, the way the snow falls, the lighting from the headlights, all of that feels too fluid and natural to be easily replicated by AI. So personally, I don't think that's the case. Even so, the clip remains wrapped in mystery. I wasn't able to find it on the original channel, so there's no follow-up and no clear explanation. I'm curious though, what do you think is actually happening in that video? For the next clip, we're heading to Canada. Since I don't know the name of the man in the video, let's call him Pitt. Pitt was on vacation in Okanagan Valley, Canada, when he noticed a hiking route near his accommodation that immediately caught his attention. Being someone who enjoys and genuinely appreciates walks through the forest, he figured a bit of fresh air wouldn't hurt. He often films his hikes, just in case he captures something interesting and wants proof of what he saw. This time, though, luck wasn't exactly on his side. Night slowly fell over the forest, and it seems he experienced something unsettling enough that it might keep him away from the woods for quite a while. Let's see how it all unfolds.
Dead, silent,
Can't hear anything besides my breathing. Alright. There's a lot of vines out here. And I mean a lot of vines. Crazy amount of vines. Look at this. Ooh. Not too sturdy, but would you look at this? Looks like we're starting to get some stuff back on these trees. That's what they said it is after winter. So it's kind of foggy out here, though. I don't know. You can kind of see it on the camera a little bit. Seems a bit foggy. I don't know. Almost smoky. Almost. I don't know. Looks like we're starting to get to a high point. Yeah. Binoculars here, so. Just kind of seems like a valley. But, of course it nothing much around here. This looks like a tree was knocked down. Maybe it was rotting or the wind, but doesn't look too new. Nothing yet, though. Nothing yet. Okay, what was that? Thought I heard a bit of a whistle. I picked that up on the camera, but on this little stretch of the valley. It's like a freaking hill down here. You can see just how steep it is. Once I get all the way down, I'll show you what I'm talking about. It wasn't already obvious. Just look at that. Wow. That is quite the dip. Like the dip I'm not trying to take going in there. So I'm just going to cross this part. 20. Okay. That is the third or fourth time something has crashed behind me. But I'm gonna keep a bit of an eye out now. It's one thing if you hear something like a noise behind you in the woods, but 4 times is kind of sketchy. So I don't know. Okay. This is kind of a nice view, I guess you can say. This should be pretty easy. You can get a little start up. Just come and jump over this. Cleared that. Okay. No joke. But it seemed to get real different out here. Like the whole layout of the woods is different. Seems a lot creepier over here than it did over there. I don't know if it's just because it's getting darker, but it seems to naturally be darker over here. I don't know if you can tell that or not. What?
After all those sounds start echoing around him, I honestly don't understand how Pitt doesn't immediately turn back toward the cabin. But of course, there are people who can control their emotions far better than others. Still, that was only the beginning. Things start to spiral into something much stranger, and Pitt ends up experiencing even more unsettling moments. Let's continue.
Always look behind you and all around you in the woods. You never know. What is that? Hello? What the fuck was that? I should not go that way. I'm gonna go this way now. Oh no, what the... Horrifying. Weird stuff all around me right now. Everything stuff all... Okay. What that was is back there, so I should be good. I gotta get out of here though. Is this a sign or? Okay. No. Looks like a sign or something. Oh shit. Oh. I got away. Oh hell no.
The clip ends abruptly with him running in panic toward the cabin, seemingly chased by what looks like a masked individual. The silence at the beginning, mixed with the distant and sometimes very close sounds echoing through the forest, and then that final moment. It's the perfect recipe for a heart-pounding scare. Nightfall only made things worse for Pitt, making it even harder for him to see clearly or escape safely. The real question is, who would be strange enough to do something like that in the middle of the woods? And honestly, with so many bizarre things happening around the world lately, it's getting harder to label anything as truly out of the ordinary. Of course, whenever we watch something online, there's always that lingering thought in the back of our minds. Is this real? Or is it just another hoax? This time, I'll leave that up to you. Do you think it's real or not? Make sure to drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with a friend who loves this kind of content. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. It's free, and it truly helps the channel grow, especially since more than 90% of viewers aren't subscribed yet. Also, tap the bell icon so YouTube actually notifies you whenever I upload something new. All right, back to the video. We're heading back to TikTok for another strange clip. This one was posted on a channel that has gathered several similar videos in one place. In this particular clip, a woman who lives somewhere near the edge of a forest is outside in her yard, going about her day, when she notices something suspicious in the distance. So she pulls out her phone and starts recording. Take a look.
Okay, no fucking joke. I'm loading up wood, and I look up, and this is what I see. Wait for it. Why does it look like a goddamn yeti? Anybody? Because it's real tall. I'm not down with it. Alright. I think it's time to go back inside now.
I honestly have no idea what we just watched. On camera, it looks like a yeti, at least at first glance. But we all know the human mind can play tricks on us, so maybe it's just collective imagination doing its thing. The comments under the clip are split. Some people are completely convinced by what they're seeing, while others are making jokes. Some of them actually pretty funny. But putting that aside for a second, it does seem to check all the classic Yeti boxes. Except for one thing, it doesn't move. Not even slightly. And if you think you saw a finger twitch, that's actually just a small branch shifting at the right moment. So, what do you think about this one? Let me know in the comments below. And until next time, you can find more interesting clips right here on the channel.